Hello ladies and gentlemen, this is Blue Maxima and I'm here checking out Mochi Boy. I look at this title and all I can think is Speedy Boy, if you know that reference. Very good. So let's just go and play it. There's really not much to see. I'd be amazed if this video was longer than 15 minutes. So we do have some configuration options, but they're about as what you would expect. It's a Ratalaika port. You can come and see the slimes you've quote-unquote collected, and that little graphical glitch you saw there where the user interface just kind of blinked out of existence for a second. That's the game. It's kind of weird like that. You can change the color of your Mochi. Kind of looks like semen. That's disturbing. Let's get rid of that right away. So we got two main modes. We got the tower and we got the dungeon. The tower is a set of, I believe it's 100 levels. Might be less, might be more. And the dungeon is a series of procedurally generated levels with more mechanics, which is why you really shouldn't start on the tower, because the tower is the most mechanically dull thing of them all. I only played this for about half an hour before I got absolutely sick of it, by the way, and you're about to see why. So the basic idea of the game is... I just screwed that up. The basic idea of the game is incredibly simple. All you need to do is fill up the entirety of the area. That's pretty much all you need to do. You can wrap around the screen like so. The movement is actually kind of slow because you can't hold the button to like go in a direction. You have to individually hit the button every single time. So yeah, that's a bit of a bitch, I gotta tell ya. It's actually really annoying. All of these levels are this simple. Seriously, I'm on floor 22 and it's never gotten... like, there's one or two levels. Oh yeah, look, they finally introduced warp pads. Could have done that way sooner, but of course they didn't. Here's the question, how do I get in there? Right, okay, I think I understand what needs to be done here. So, there we go. Now I can just wrap around, back around the other side there and fill the rest of it up. The fact that it took 20 floors to get to this point is really frustrating because the absolute majority of this game's early puzzles is just an incredibly easy to fill puzzle. Can't believe it took this long. Interesting. Oh, I think I've screwed this, actually. Yeah, I've screwed it. You can't move back through yourself, obviously. Yep, done it again. I do this a lot without even realizing it. And I've done it again. Screw it. I've never been good at these sorts of puzzle games, but look, let me just Alright, I have to do it during the gameplay. It's weird. You have to press triangle while you're out here to quit. You can't do it while you're in the pause menu. And then it tells you got a game over. It seems weird that the game can't determine when you've screwed yourself and reset the puzzle. Because it seems like a very simple thing to do, especially since they've got procedurally generated ones. But look, let me demonstrate to you just what the earlier levels are like. And it'll give you an idea of why I gave up on this so quick. Also, the loading times are monstrous, but... Oh, great, it's this level. I remember screwing this one up more than a couple of times. Yeah, because you have to wrap around using the top and bottom. Had to pick that one, didn't I? Had to be that one. It's like the only half-decent challenge in that entire level set, and I end up, of course, picking it randomly. You got that level there, which is a little bit of a challenge. Now we go to level 13. And, of course, I've done it again. Man, what is it with my brain today? I just put out Flashpoint 6.2, so I'm kind of not working at full capacity with my brain right now. There. And it just puts this at ya. Like, this isn't even difficult. Like, look. Of course, the game's inputs are also a little bit behind you, so if you're trying to do this quickly, it's just not going to happen. Right, this one. I don't know what the deal is with the slimes, though. Like, you have to still fill in every single space no matter what, so it just seems weird to have them as collectibles in the puzzles, that's all. See, it's just simple shit like this for the first 20 or so puzzles, then they actually let you move on to stuff with the portals. And I don't really understand why. We'll give this one with the other portals one more try, and then we'll just give up on it, I think. Honestly, I'm not even quite sure what I'm doing, but... Yeah, I had that one screwed already. Yep, screw it, let's just go back. So weird how you can't quit from the pause menu, like... Who designs their game like that? That's just bizarre. You would think after having played a few games that would be something that you would do. Anyway, there is something slightly more interesting in the form of the dungeon mode, where it procedurally generates a series of puzzles for you. The first one is always the same, but then they do stuff like this. Nope, I think I screwed that one, but if you hit square this time, it just takes away some time. But it lets you play the puzzle again, but for whatever reason that they've decided, they regenerate the obstacles that can be in your way. And I still screwed it. Nope, still screwed it. Also, if the bombs go off, it ends the game. And there are also enemies that are lying around. Huh? This is weird. The solution's probably really fucking simple, but this is me we're talking about. Yeah, there we go. At least this mode is slightly more interesting. I mean, that's the one thing you can't argue about this mode. It's like, it's trying to make you do the puzzles and it's trying to make you do them fast. Unfortunately, I think I just screwed this one as well. Notably, if you leave monsters on for too long, they become dangerous to run into, which is a little weird, but yeah, it's probably something the way this world wraps around that you need to do this. What did I just... Yeah, I'm not sure. I don't care. I've never been good at these sorts of games. So yeah, that was a quick look at Mochi Mochi Boy. I don't care. Maybe if you're into these sorts of simple puzzles, you can get into it, but yeah, couldn't give less of a shit personally. The worst game I played yesterday out of the 3 games that I'm doing videos on today, so there you go. It's like $5. It's been out on the store for like a week by the time you see this video. Yeah, I don't care. Definitely not a very interesting puzzle game. You can definitely do a lot better, even from Radalaika's catalog, which isn't that great, so there you go. This has been Blue Maxima, and I will see you all next time.